3, 2, 1, action. Hello God, this is Silvia and welcome to my sacred space. I'm your one and only unique, favorite, best, original, esoteric artist and evolutive mentor. And this is the place where you want to come back to every day because you feel at home here. You remember who you are, you activate your gifts, talents, powers, and you use them confidently. I do support spiritually advanced people like you on their ascension path. So all my services and products are listed here below. Check them out and book and or buy now your favorite. I've got a special clearance sale in my e-shop right now. I've got some pieces from my 2023 special ritual accessorizes collection. Meanwhile, I'm getting ready to show you to publish my new 2024 collection. So some of the pieces from last year are on sale right now. Check them out again and choose yours. Said this, today I'm here because obviously I've got something to say, something to share. By the way, I decided to come here with my white hair. For today, it's this way, just because we are artists of our own life and we do decide what we want and we do it no matter what. So I've been practicing for almost a year now, and I mean consciously, with the law of liberation. This is how I call it, otherwise known as law of assumption. I call it law of liberation because we can apply it to every aspect of our own life, to anything that we want, and it makes us free. Of course, there can be challenges, obstacles, doubts, fears, a plethora of emotions along the way, and it is all useful to understand how the law works, to understand our own power, how we always apply it, no matter what. We are always the central power, the headquarters of everything. So as I was walking this morning, as I was out for my morning walk, and I was listening to a special track that I decided I did need for a particular situation that I wanted to work on, and pretty fast, I have to say. So I was listening to this track. And I was walking. I have found the art of walking while I am declaring my assumptions very, very powerful. I have found it to be very, very powerful for me. So I'm also here to share what unfolds for me and to give you examples of what you can do. Then you need to practice and you have to find your own way. So I can share with you several practices. You find your own. You practice and you find your own. You find your own practice and you also find your own way to practice that practice. All right then, so let's keep going. I was walking, I was listening to my track. It was about abundance, it was about money, it was about the thing that everything is so easy, so fun for me. And I was walking and walking and walking, and I found, just before to be back home, I have found on the ground a pair of gloves. Very beautiful gloves, winter gloves, very, very beautiful, with kind of flowery embroidery embroidery, do we say like that? I do not remember this word. Anyway, I will write it here below. So very beautiful pair of gloves. And I stood there for a few moments, staring at them on the ground. I didn't want to pick them up. And so I proceed along my walk for a few steps. But then something within me clicked. And I said, wow, I'm here chanting my affirmations for almost an hour right now. And this beautiful pair of glasses, of gloves, this beautiful pair of gloves simply appear so suddenly on my way. So I must pick them up. They are mine now. They are for me. They are here for me to show me my power. They were so perfect. They also had a special dot on the index finger tip, to use them, to wear them as you are using your technology, your devices, your whatever, your telephone or a screen, to touch the screen. So beautiful. And this episode reminded me something. First of all, it reminded me about my power. Then that every time I do focus on something in a kind of very pure way, let's say without attachment to that thing, but for the simple enjoyment of chanting my affirmations and for the super pleasurable feeling of embodying my abundance, things show up in my world, in my 3D reality, just to give me a reminder of my power. So, as I could manifest that pair of gloves, I can manifest anything. And it must be funny. This is an element which I find to be so important. The manifestation of the things that we love. The manifestation of the things that we love must be funny. And a pair of gloves, a pair of winter gloves on my way, just because, isn't it funny? So I brought them home. And I said, I'm going to use them as a powerful reminder of my power. And this reminded me of another episode which unfolded a few months ago. It was Christmas time. And I have to tell you a little bit background story. A few months, today it's a little bit like this. Many strange words. Maybe it's my hair. Anyway, I leave it like this. So, in September 2023, I was planning my holiday. And I was planning to go to Spain. I have a very dear friend who lives there. He's a friend from my hometown, and we were very close when we were teenagers, and then he left for Spain and he created a new life there for him, for his girlfriend, and then wife and family. So I was just thinking within myself, because I'm going to Spain, I'd love to go, near the town of this friend of mine and to meet him, just to have a chat, just to share, how our lives are now, what we are doing, who we have become, just for a simple chat, to see each other again, and to truly double check with ourselves how our lives are going. So this was a very neat, powerful, straight, absolutely crystal clear thought that I had. And it was a unique thought. I didn't have other thoughts about this idea. I didn't affirm for this. I just had this very clear, powerful desire within me, very sudden. Let's say maybe 5 seconds, something like that. Well, 3 months later, it was December, it was Christmas time. I was walking down the streets of my place, and suddenly I noticed a man in front of me. He was giving myself his back, because he was in front of me, so I couldn't see his face. I looked at him and I said, that is my dear friend, the one I desired to meet again when I was planning my holiday to Spain a few months ago. And I call him. I just said his name, but all this unfolded in seconds, You see someone, you recognize him, and you say his name. And I said his name, I call him, he was kind of 2 meters from me. He turned, it was him. And we hugged. It was something like 15 years that we didn't meet. We hugged. Oh, we were so happy to see each other. Oh my goodness. And I was so, so everything, so happy, so in awe, so astonished. So what can I say? And then I said to him, oh, I desire to meet you again. I desire to meet you again. And here you are. And that was a very simple, pure, and sudden apparition. He appeared in my 3D reality just because I've had that very strong, pure, powerful, neat, straight desire months before. And I didn't do anything in between my desire and his appearance on my way, in my 3D reality. I didn't do anything. So this is just to share with you and to tell you how powerful we are, how powerful our thoughts, our inner desires and inner decisions are, even though then we let them apart and maybe we put them in a drawer and we leave them there. They do push our soul from our inner world. They push until they appear. And these appearances are so important because they show us, number one, our power, and secondly, they show us something we have been desiring and maybe we weren't aware of. So the prompt for you, because this video, this sharing leads me to give you a daily God's prompt for today, is for you to focalize on something that is very important for you and to go on your day. Just try this on, just experiment for 1 day. Go on with a very, robotic bunch of affirmations, maybe only one or just a few, and repeat them. Do it for an hour. You can do it 3 times in a day, or maybe just only once. So for 1 hour, go out, have a walk, maybe when you are at the gym or when you're doing something at home, that you do not have to focus your attention on what you are repeating. It's just robotic. You go, 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 go. It's like you are in an hypnotic state. Okay, so the daily prompt is practice with your robotic affirmations for something that is very important to you. And let your mind go, let your soul to open up freely. Just enjoy what you are doing. Something else, maybe, exercising or cooking, something like this that do not requires a lot of attention. Maybe I won't use it if I were driving, for example. So something that is safe anyway. Practice these robotic affirmations and just be open to sudden apparitions in your life, in your 3D. Just be open. Do not think about them. Just be open. You can also include in your robotic affirmations, I am open to any kind of sudden apparition, which is powerful for my evolution. Try this on and let me know how it goes. Also, let me know if you have ever had in your life sudden apparitions of objects, things, opportunities, people, events, because somehow they are very important to, to scan them and to see how the manifestation process works. So be aware of them, always starting by being aware of what unfolds around you to put your power on it. Have a good, beautiful day. I remind you to love, share these videos and to subscribe to the channel so that we can grow